Leave me
Get
alone.
your fucking truck, tell the cops.
I'm leaving.
Now! You're being out of the fucking phone. Let's go, bitch.
Let's go.
Get the fucking truck.
Yeah.
Don't get out of the truck no more.
Don't get out of the truck no more?
Take you out. Yeah. The sheriff's department's coming to get rid of you and your fucking mud.
Okay.
So stay in your truck.
Yes, sir.
Before something bad happens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good night.
Yes, sir.
Hey, go, you idiot.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Shut your door. Shut your mouth.
You're the sheriff? You're the sheriff, right?
Yes.
And you were trying to talk to me. Can I'm
I'm done talking with you. Shut the door.
Can I roll the window down?
No, roll the window up. Roll the other window down.
Hey, sir, you slammed the door on my door. And that's all I'm recording.
I'm going to put you in
That's
jail.
all I'm recording for slamming on the door.
I didn't slam it on
You
the door.
did. Yes, you did. Have it on recording.
Get in the door.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all going to jail. Y'all going down. This town going down. Yeah, this town going down. Man. Hello? Hello?
Listen, if you are a black truck driver in America, I need you to listen up. There are places in America called sundown towns. I don't know if you know this, but it's an area where if you're caught there after sunset, after the sun goes down, you're either going to be severely injured or your life is going to be taken. The company that I used to work for called Warner Enterprises sent me there, and I believe they did this on purpose because I filed a racial discrimination complaint along with many other retaliation complaints. The first clue that I got is because my boss called me and told me to spend the night that night, and he has never told me to spend the night anywhere. And then when I got to the facility and tried to get unloaded, the white guy was like, hey, it's not a good idea for you to spend the night here or be here after sunset. He told me to leave. And then when I emailed Human Resources, you know what they told me? They told me I have other pressing matters to attend to. Basically, my life is not valuable to them. So if you ever visit Vincent, Virginia, just be careful. It's in an area known as the Devil's Bathtub, and they do not like black people. Google the history.
I need to talk about Clyde, North Carolina with someone because what I just watched was horrifying. This poor black man just going to the dump site to utilize it as a dump site was told by the owner, it's okay, you can stay right here, just wait. Normally people don't park there, but I'm going to open the gates soon. Just don't go in yet. The son of the owner then comes out and starts yelling at him and says, no, you have to wait at the end of the line, just like everybody else. Sends him back to the end of the line of all the people that came after him. So there he sits. Next thing you know, the son and his 5 friends come up with guns on their hips, and they're threatening him, and they're saying, you stole our cell phone. Apparently the owner's son's cell phone was stolen by this black man. And he says, no, I don't have it. And they say, we want to check your truck. He goes, okay, go ahead, check my truck. And they, of course, don't find it in the truck. A few minutes later, they found it on the ground. But finally, this man gets up to the actual dump site, does what he needs to do. And the men on the video that he is filming are running at him with guns, calling him a boy, reminding him that he better get in his truck and get off this property. And then apparently they took 2 bulldozers and flipped over his truck. This poor man was trying to do his job. I can't imagine how scared he is, how scared he was. And I hope all of them lose their jobs over this.
All black truck drivers, no loads to North Carolina, man. No loads. Decline them. And the ones that live in North Carolina, I know you got to do what you got to do. No loads to North Carolina. Look up all sundown towns, no loads to them. If you just look at your paperwork and you get your sundown town map out. They got one out right now. No loads to it. We're gonna show them you can't eat without truckers. You're gonna need only your kind for this trucking. Since y'all want to play these games and we out here feeding y'all, we the ones that make this thing go around. Truckers. It don't matter what color, this should never happen.
Hey, I usually don't do this, but I feel like I got to, because ain't nobody gonna say it how it is. I really gonna make them believe that. Disappear all the time. Meanwhile, when you go look at the truckers' forums, they flag that entire area, that whole stretch of the highway. In the forums, they saying that highway is sketchy. And unmarked cars following semis. Now I was feeling like they're being watched. And these sundown towns need to stop. Something needs to be done. Let's just call it what it is. See, I got family who's in truck driving. They are hunting our black truck drivers. I think this is random. It's not. This is a strategy they use to instill fear. I'm telling y'all right now, there's people in rooms right now. You know what they saying? We won't stand together. They too divided. And they too scared. They want us to fold and fall in line. They want us to go back to the good old days. I mean, the days that was never good for us. Back in the time when we was quiet, obedient, and disposable. It's like y'all ain't watching the news. I'm not seeing how many truck drivers going missing, all black. But when are we gonna stand for something? Sons, our fathers, our women, our bloodline. We need to start protecting our family, protecting our legacies. Because trust me, they protecting theirs. Got the laws, artillery, the silence, the money, and they got each other. So the question I'm trying to ask is what we got. Because if we can't come together, that means they got us. It's like they finding every reason to piss us off. Or they just doing whatever they want with us. I don't understand that we got a voice. It's sad to say, but can't nobody protect us but us. And if we don't come together, won't anything happen. No outside rescue is coming for us. If Eric Darnell's story fades away, then so will the truth. Because if they make him vanish in silence, they'll do it to us too. If nobody told you, remember Chemo told you. It's time to pick a side. Either you're gonna speak up or shut the hell up. Demand our own protection, because ain't nobody gonna do it for us. Our prayers go out to his family. But I ain't gonna lie, prayers ain't enough. It's time to take a stand for him and for all of us.
We have to warn you, some of the details might be hard to hear this afternoon. Police say he was discovered not far from his truck in the city of Henderson Wednesday, leaning against a tree with a rope around his neck. His family suspects foul play, but police say it wasn't a lynching. Initially, the family says the Vance County Sheriff's Office told them McGee died by suicide. But today, the sheriff's written statement doesn't list his death as a suicide and says they're now investigating his death. Javion's family wants the FBI to step in.
I just feel something in my bones that's not right, and we're going to get to the bottom of it.
Candace Matthews is speaking for McGee's mother and says the family wants transparency. His death captured attention this week when his cousin posted a TikTok accusing law enforcement of dragging their feet in the investigation. Family has traveled to North Carolina to press investigators for more information because police are saying McGee purchased the rope at a Walmart before he died. The family spokesperson saying the timeline isn't adding up.
This family deserves answers, and you are going to do your job because something happened between that Walmart distribution center and that young man being hung from a tree. There's an issue. Now, Javion, also the parents want to know, has had no history of mental health, has no criminal history. You know, Javion was a happy individual. In fact, he was happy to even have his CDL license that he just not that long got.
Mickey's body is now with the medical examiner for an autopsy. The sheriff's office says they'll share the results with the family as soon as they come in. And
2 black truck drivers found unalive within months of each other, both in cases in North Carolina. The first case back in September of last year was Javion McGee. He was found not too far from his truck. The second case, most recent, Mario Kaiser. Please forgive me if I pronounced that last name wrong, but this happened at the end of April. Found hanging in a tree as well. If there's any black truck drivers out there that been in the area over there, because those are only a few hours away from each other, so it's not a coincidence. I don't want to hear none of that. They ruled it as a suicide, but I'm not buying that shit. TikTok, we need to figure out what's going on down there. We need to figure it out quick. Any black truck drivers that's drove in those areas, if you can recount any incidents you came across with any of those people, please feel free to drop it in the comments, but we need to figure this out ASAP.
Let's talk sundown towns as a black trucker. And I'm gonna tell you my experience with these sundown towns. I don't eat nobody's food but my own food. I've been poisoned before out here in one of these sundown towns. I was sick for a week, like a dog. I went in there, went to the diner, got something to eat, sick to the stomach. I couldn't hold nothing down for a whole week. Don't eat shit. Number 2, always keep that. I don't give a if you a felon, you hear me? They don't care about you. The company don't care about you, so you better bring that shit with you. I hate when people are like, you're an amateur boxer. Boxing is a sport. We don't do that in the street. We don't do that. And there was a time I was in the sundown town. Somebody called me a when I was walking. This is all when I was a rookie. When I was walking across the street, because I didn't know no better. I didn't stay in this truck. My dumb ass was exploring like a loser, like Dora. I'm out here walking around all these racist white people with all these American flags everywhere. Number 1 thing you need to do, stay your ass in the truck, get that concealed carry, and get the fuck out of there. Don't spend the night, drive 50 miles away. Find you a little warehouse or something to park at or something. You'll always find a warehouse anywhere. Fuck all of that. Hope that helps somebody out.
We ain't going out like that. I will turn your sundown town into downtown. Play with me. So I've been getting a lot of messages, a lot of comments about this topic right here. Black truck drivers going missing in these sundown towns. So to all the black truck drivers out there, let me holler at y'all for a minute. See, if you work for a company that prohibits you from protecting yourself while you're on the road, option number 1, quit. Don't work for them. Option number 2, disregard their policy. Your company's policy is not the law. Protect yourself. Now, to all you sundown town boys out there who hate somebody like me just because of the color of my skin, that's an internal problem. I can't fix that for you. The only person who can fix that problem is you. When I leave my wife and kids at home to go on the road, I have 3 objectives. Objective number 1, drive safe. If I don't drive safe, I can't get to objective number 2. Objective number 2 is to make money. And objective number 3 is to make it back home to my wife and kids. So if I'm tired and it just so happens that I got to spend a night in your sundown town, this truck will be parked right on the corner of Glock Avenue, which is right next to Smith and Wesson Boulevard. And the next block over is 15+1 Street. You can hate this if you want to. I can't stop you. But I tell you one thing though, Marv ain't going out like that. Nah, we ain't going out like that. I will turn your sundown town into downtown.
Black trucker drivers are using TikTok to expose a crisis that mainstream media continues to ignore. In 2025, stories of missing truckers, suspicious deaths, and chilling encounters in sundown towns are flooding timelines, sparking fear and outrage. Drivers describe being followed by armed locals, denied service at gas stations, or targeted for harassment simply because of the color of their skin. Families of drivers like Eric Darnell, Javion McGee, and Mario Kaiser are still seeking answers, demanding justice while trucking companies remain silent. These firsthand accounts reveal the reality of racial profiling and intimidation that threatens the safety of Black truckers every single day on America's highways.
The Sundown Town thing is keep popping up on my feed, right? And a lot of people are stirring the pot again, and I know where it's coming from, right? I've been a truck driver 6 years. I've driven down south and through a lot of these states. Florida, I've been through Kentucky, I've been through Mississippi, Alabama, right? And these sundown states, they're there, right? But here's the thing with people not addressing. The federal government is in cahoots with the sheriffs and keeping this shit up and running. Because as a black man, I cannot understand how that they make all these laws protecting everybody but us, right? When something happened to the Asian community at some parlor or something, they made an Asian Protection Act bill. They did it for the Jewish people, right? They're knowingly knowing that things are happening to black men and black people in general, but we are essential workers. You guys need us to bring you things, right? We transport goods and the things that's essential for people, especially during the situation with the pandemic, right? I carry every day. I'm also a firearm instructor, right? So I understand and I have the wits about myself to know, one, I have to have great situational awareness, but two, I can't depend on anybody to protect my safety. As a man, that's my job, to protect myself and my family. And I take that shit very seriously. But these sundown towns, man, you know, they're a thing, and some of these companies don't believe you. So here's what I would tell you. These are your licenses. You have a commercial license. You're a CDL driver like myself. It's your right to protect your life, man. You don't have to go through no sundown towns. You need to be aware, always pre-trip where you're going. And if you decide to go, take you some fucking protection. I'm not talking about no bat. I ain't talking about no knife. Take you a pew-pew that have a lot of rounds with it. And some mags know how to use it, because see, they keep doing this shit because they feel that they can get away with it. They don't feel it's gonna be no justification. Nothing in the federal book states that truck drivers can't carry. As long as you have the appropriate licenses and going through the appropriate states, you better keep something on you, keep some fire on your ass. See, because they can talk all that tough shit. It'd be 8, 9, 10 of them trying to pull you out your truck till you blow one of their ass down. All of a sudden they get like, oh shit, this guy ain't playing. Police ain't gonna help you, because a lot of times them sheriffs and shit be in cahoots with that shit. So stop depending on the fucking government to protect you guys. We gotta be men, protect ourselves and our families, man. That's all I'm gonna say about that shit, man. Stop playing games out here. You only get one life. Like and share and comment. Let me know down in the comments if you've even been through a sundown town. I have. But I ain't gonna get into that, because they're gonna probably take this video down and suppress it like they do all my other shit. So whatever. Y'all stay safe out there and watch your 6. Peace.
So I'm started hearing all across my story that a lot of black truck drivers coming up missing. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done with it. Some of y'all are already doing it right now, but you need to make your way to get you one of these. I don't give a damn what the company say, because the company ain't gonna be out there with you while you trying to make your money and while you staying overnight at these damn places. Go get you one of these right here. Put your stendo clip in that motherfucker that hold 35, 40 rounds, because you don't know how many motherfuckers gonna be. Or get your damn chopper and put that something gun on the truck with you, man. Because guess what? The company ain't out there with you while you trying to make your money. They go on to the house and they in they goddamn bed. I ain't telling you what to do, but you better wake up and smell the coffee.
Hey, listen, man. The only people that could be unaliving those truck drivers is the cops, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it. That's the only people that could be unaliving them, bro. Like, think about it. Who can actually stop a semi-truck? Like, actually stop a semi truck, get them to get out the truck, and then do whatever they do, hang them or however they was found. You know what I mean? Who could actually do that but the cops? But blue lights, where you known to stop, where you thinking you safe. It's the cops, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's clear as day. And I don't know if y'all hip, but back in the day, like the 60s, early 60s, 70s, it was a racist cop group going around doing this same thing to our people. You know what I mean? They went by the name Spook Hunters. You know what I mean? Like, and I really feel like they on some reincarnation shit. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, you can't even trust the, you know what I mean? I can't even get it out, man. It's the cops.
Being a truck driver in Florida, let me tell y'all the first experience I had of finding out what a sundown town was. It was a Thursday. I was driving a 26-foot box truck from Orlando to Gainesville. So I'm between Ocala and Gainesville, but I gotta stop and get some gas and get some food or whatever. But I see absolutely nothing as I'm driving. It ain't no houses, no buildings, just road and trees. I finally find this old ass Circle K gas station in the middle of nowhere. An old white lady that was helping me at the counter was sweet as can be, nice as hell. Hey baby, what brings you way out here in these sticks? You just coming to get some gas? I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of familiar with these parts, but kind of not, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to Gainesville. I'm just shooting through. I'm in and out. She's like, all right, baby, God bless. You have a good one. Get my stuff, go back out to the truck, try to put the key in there and start the truck up. It will not start up. I wait a few seconds, put the key in there again, try to start it up. It will not start up. Don't know what the fuck is wrong. So I call my dispatcher, and my dispatcher tell me to look up under the hood to see if I can figure it out. I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I say to myself, man, I'm not about to go look up under this fucking hood. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm looking at. I signed up to be a driver. I ain't no damn mechanic. But I'm sitting there for like 20, 25 minutes, so I get bored. I'm like, all right, man, let me just go look up under the hood, see what I can see. So as soon as I get out of the truck, go around, pop open the hood, and as soon as I look down, the lady that was helping me in there comes out in a panic. What's wrong, baby? Is everything okay? Are you all right? I say, yeah, ma'am, I don't know what's going on with the truck. It won't start up, and I don't know much about trucks. I called my dispatcher. I don't know what they're gonna do. They figuring it out now. She was like, all right, well, do you need a tow truck or anything? Do you need an Uber or a taxi to take you closer into town? And I was like, no, ma'am, I'm not allowed to leave the truck. It's a lot of valuables on this truck, and I'm delivering. I can't just leave the truck. I can't just leave it. She was like, all right, I understand. And she goes back in the gas station, but she keep looking at me, looking at her watch, looking at me, looking at her watch. And then she comes back out there and says, well, you don't want to sit up in some hot truck. You can't get it fixed, no AC, and there's nowhere for you to sit down in there. Like, so you're just going to stand out here and just sit in this hot truck? I say, honestly, man, right now, I don't have a choice. I'm just waiting for my dispatcher to hit me back. She said, okay, I understand. My dispatcher called me back and was like, listen, we got a tow truck coming out there in about 2 hours. Just sit tight. I'm like, damn, 2 hours is hot as hell. I'm ready to go. Then again, I was like, it's all right. I got food. I got drink here. The sun about to start going down. It's not going to be that hot, whatever. And I didn't want to go in the Circle K because of how the lady was acting. So I was just like, I'll be all right, whatever. She seen me get off the phone. She ran out to me again and she was just like, did you figure anything out? Do you know what you're going to do? I was like, yeah, my dispatcher said they got somebody coming in 2 hours for the tow. I'll be fine. She was like, 2 hours? The sun will be down by then. Are you sure they can't figure anything out before then? I was like, they said 2 hours. And she looked at her watch, went right back in the store. Few minutes go by, I get thirsty, so I ran in the store and go grab a Gatorade. As soon as I go in the store to get a Gatorade, she had her back turned and she was on the phone talking to the police, talking about, yeah, he's been here for a while, you gotta come get him, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't put two and two together until I bought the Gatorade and I left, and I was like, damn, she was calling the police. She was calling somebody on my ass, like, what the fuck? So I called my dispatcher back. I'm like, yo, I don't know what's about to go down, but this old lady that worked at this store just been giving me problems or whatever when she found out I wasn't going to be able to move my truck. I think she just called the police on me. I don't know what's about to happen, but can y'all fucking shake a tail feather? My dispatcher was like, why would she call the police? I was like, I don't know, and I don't want to find out. Can y'all hurry up? 5 minutes after I get off the phone, sure enough, the police pull up right behind my truck. A black police officer gets out and he asks me what's the problem, asks me what's going on. He assesses the truck and says, listen, I'm going to have to take you somewhere. I said, I can't leave my truck. Like, what are you talking about? You about to get me fired. He said, listen, I'm going to have to take you somewhere. Get in the truck. Get in the back of the truck. We driving for about 30 seconds. And I'm like, bro, where the fuck are you taking me? He was like, are you familiar with the mall area? He was like, that's a good area. I said, yeah, I'm familiar with the mall area. He said, yeah, that's where I'm taking you. I said, what the fuck you taking me to the mall for? I can't leave my truck. He said, you have to leave your truck. I said, why? Because that bitch called the police on me. I ain't even do nothing. He said, she didn't call the police on you. She called the police for you. I know her personally. He said in 45 minutes, that sun was going to go down and you was going to go missing. And I ain't say nothing else. I already knew by then. I put 2 and 2 together by that point. When we finally got to the mall, I called my dispatcher and I told the officer, I'm like, yo, I need you to tell my dispatcher why I had to leave the truck. And he grabbed the phone and told my dispatcher everything, got on the phone, called my boss and told my boss everything just so I wouldn't get in trouble. The lady was scared for my life. Even the officer didn't even stick around. He like, yeah, I'm just gonna drive you out here. Cause he could have easily been like, well, I'm just gonna stick here with you so nothing happened to you. He was like, nah, nigga, we gotta go. We gotta go. Even when the tow truck guy came and picked me up, I told him where it was at. He put it in the GPS. He was like, yeah, I'm not going over there. I said, what the hell? He said, yeah, I'm not going over there that late. I'll come back and get it in the morning. Motherfuckers didn't want no part. So yeah, this was about 7 years ago. And I swear I think about that shit every other day. Damn near every day. And shit, I mean, cause she could have just not said nothing. She could have just let me sit there. And I would have went missing like a mother.
Alright, so this is the message to all black travelers. Before you travel, okay, I want you to know that there's some weirdos out here and it's getting real strange and real spooky. A lot of black folks, especially truck drivers, are being found deceased. They're not making it home. A lot of them are coming up missing. So, before you travel, before you go to these sundown towns, get on live, do what I'm doing right now. Let your friends and family know that you are not suicidal, you are not crazy, you have no history of mental illness. And if anything happens to me, no, you did not do it to yourself. And the reason why I say that is because our people are coming up unalive, and the locals, as well as the local authorities, are trying to say that we're unaliving ourselves. We don't believe that. We don't believe that, and we're not gonna go for that. They're not gonna play with us like that. They're not gonna play with our people like that. Keep your head on a swivel. Look into the camera. Remind your friends and your family that you are not crazy. You are not suicidal. You have no mental illness in your family. And if anything happens to you, you did not unalive yourself.
Let's talk sundown towns as a black trucker. And I'm gonna tell you my experience with these sundown towns. I don't eat nobody's food but my own food. I've been poisoned before out here in one of these sundown towns. I was sick for a week, like a dog. I had went in there, went to the diner, got something to eat, sick to the stomach. I couldn't hold nothing down for a whole week. Don't eat shit. Number 2, always keep that. I don't give a if you a felon, you hear me? They don't care about you, the company don't care about you, so you better bring that shit with you. I hate when people are like, you're an amateur boxer. Boxing is a sport. We don't do that in the street. We don't do that. And there was a time I was in the sundown town. Somebody called me a when I was walking. This is all when I was a rookie. When I was walking across the street, because I didn't know no better. I didn't stay in this truck. My dumb ass was exploring like a loser, like Dora. I'm out here walking around all these racist white people with all these American flags everywhere. Number one thing you need to do, stay your ass in the truck, get that concealed carry, and get the fuck out of there. Don't spend the night, drive 50 miles away. Find you a little warehouse or something to park at or something. You'll always find a warehouse anywhere. Fuck all of that. Hope that helps somebody out.
I want y'all to go look up how many black truck drivers go missing. If you have a truck driver in your family, you need to send them as many videos as you can, because the stories are here on TikTok. Let me tell y'all what's going on. They had a black man, 38 years old. He talked to his wife at 3:45 that morning. When he talked to his wife at 3:45 that morning, he told his wife he was getting down, off the interstate to go get some coffee. She never talked back to him ever again. I think his wallet and I believe the truck was found or something like that. But she haven't heard from her husband at all. So who has snatched this man? Where is this man? You think he just up and just left it and just, come on, bro? What's really going on? But I want y'all to go and look up truck drivers, black truck drivers that has went missing. you'll be surprised the stories that's out there. Though it's just not safe. And I know me and my husband has traveled, and we done got down in these little towns to stop to get gas, and it just don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? So sundown towns are real, guys. I actually talked to my nephew because he's a truck driver, and he told me he walked in a store, and he said, Auntie, everything just got quiet. So basically he knew he wasn't, he wasn't comfortable, or he wasn't supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew the people had a problem of him being there. Talk with your loved ones, okay? And guys, share this man's story. I'm going to hashtag his name, okay? I'm praying for his family. Hugs and love. If you are a black truck driver, please be careful. Again, hugs and love. Y'all be blessed, J-Lo.
This video dives deep into the warnings, survival tips, and growing calls for federal investigations into racial violence tied to sundown towns and trucking. We'll share drivers' own voices, highlight the patterns of neglect and discrimination, and explore how social media is giving visibility to cases too often overlooked. Truckers form the backbone of America's economy, yet many black drivers face fear instead of protection when they head out on the road. It's time to shine a light on this crisis, amplify the voices speaking truth, and demand action for safety and justice. Stay alert, stay aware, and share this video to help protect lives and bring attention to the trucking community's hidden struggle.